stream tonight. Woo! We're going to have some fun tonight. I've never done a trivia on van life before, but van life trivia is what we've got on tap for tonight. So if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. It's that big red button. And don't forget to give me a like on the live stream. And I see that we have already been joined by Women's Station Channel. So, hi, Lori. Welcome to the live stream. It is good to see you. I'm excited about it tonight. Super excited. So, it should be a lot of fun. I know that a couple of people, when I told them that we were going to do a van life live stream, they were like, "Are you kidding? Has van life been a thing long enough to have its own trivia?" And I'm like, yeah. Got a thing that I was asked about van life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and answer that real quick because I know we've got a couple of people that are still coming in, so it'll give them just a minute. Oh, Peter says he can't wait for Christmas and snow. What? Christmas and snow? Are you kidding me? No, not yet. Not yet. I've got to get through summer, and then I got to get through fall and more fall, and then. So not ready for that yet. Okay. So the question I was asked, let me go over here and read it. Gayle, you do a lot of solo female travel, but how is that safer than normal travel, like hotels and stuff? Because she doesn't understand why somebody would be in a van when there are perfectly good hotel rooms available. Okay, well, first of all, I think it's safe. Everybody's got to make their own judgment, right? That's a judgment call based on the knowledge and information that you have at a time. For me, I would rather be out in a van on this gorgeous overlook somewhere, nothing but me and the bears. I would much rather do that than to walk across a parking garage at night in a downtown area. That's just me. So I do feel like it's safe. Plus, it has a huge advantage. If I don't like where I am, I just start the van and I leave. And I just wave goodbye. And I don't have to feel stuck staying in an area that I don't feel comfortable in just because I've got a bunch of money on the line for a hotel bill. And hotels are now like, I forgot exactly what they are, but I know last year when I checked for the 4th of July, they were over $130 a night. That's just a ton of change for me to stay someplace that I don't feel safe. That's not what I'm going to do. So with a van, I can always pack up and leave. Plus, a lot of times when I'm in the van, I am in a truck stop or a Cracker Barrel under a light or a Walmart underneath a light, making sure that security camera can see my van. And I've got those advantages. So that's what I think. If you want to ask any other questions, well, just go ahead and feel free and email me at the same email address. And I'm going to type that over here into our chat box also. And that's Gayle at GayleCrabtree.com. And I am working on a series of videos answering some of your questions about van life and the trips coming up and so forth. I have a list and I am going by that list. So, all right. So I see 3 people are here. Not everybody's in the chat, but that's okay. Hopefully you're going to go ahead and join us because we have some van life trivia questions tonight. Woo! Super stoked. I think you're going to like these. Oh, and let's see. Stellar Piper was going to be in here. I don't see Stellar. So let me send her a quick message and remind her, because she might have forgotten. She does that sometimes. Okay. So we're not going to wait on her, though. I've got these trivia questions. They're hot and ready to go. So, trivia question number 1. And these will be, after the live stream tonight, these questions and answers will be on my blog it is the Bodacious Broads Travel Blog.com. Okay, and I'm going to link that down below after the live stream, so it'll go straight to these trivia questions for van life, okay? All right, but number one, okay, Spider-Man the Hero says, first question is how to change a tire on the van. Well, I'll tell you, my preferred way to change the tire on the van is to call AAA. There you go. I don't know if I told you, but one time we were out actually in our trailer for this one, and we had this major tire issue. And my husband pulled off to the side of the road as quickly as he could, got out. We were about to work on changing the tire, and we're in Texas going across the panhandle, and there are massive fire ant mounds where he stopped. And I was like, no. Pull on farther down for this one. So ever since then, my preferred method has been AAA. But next time I run across a tire issue, I can record that. It won't be a problem to record it. Because that's what selfie sticks and tripods are for, right? Right. Okay, so are we ready for our first question about van life? Okay. Oh, and I do have a picture of that. I'm going to pull it up while we're talking about the question here. Hey, Mel is in. Hi, Mel. How are you? Good to see you. Very good to see you. I hope you're okay. I hope you guys stay okay. So, all right. So, what is the term used to describe individuals or couples who live and travel in a van? What is that term? Okay, and he wants to know what van life is. I'll get to that in just a second. It kind of goes along with this question. Okay, so there's actually two terms that are often used. Hold on just a second. What are you doing, Pat? I'm fine. Go. I'm fine. Sorry. He's over here trying to steal the show. So, two terms, and that is van lifers or nomads. Are you wanting to say hello? Come here. Lap up. Say hi. Oh, they didn't see you. I'm going to scoot down, and you can try it again. Come on. And come on. Lap up. Hi. There he is. There he was. Now go find Dad. Go find him. So, sorry about that. Peter Parker says hippies. Well, not quite. Maybe in like the 60s or so. But it's actually they're either called van lifers or nomads. And these are the folks who go out and they travel in the van. So what is van life? It is a type of travel that is all about traveling in a van. It tends to be more cost effective, more mobile, and a lot of fun. My personal opinion, because I love my van. So it is nomadic life. Yes, it is. Pretty much. Now, okay, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because there's another question that covers just what I was about to say. Okay, so here's one. Okay, and it's about the length of the vehicles. What is the length of a cargo van that is commonly used for van conversions? What is a length that's commonly used for van conversions? And I can give you some hints. Okay, I can make this multiple choice. Let's say it is 32 feet, 22 feet, or 42 feet. Okay? 32, 22, or 42. Which do you think it is? And there can be some variations. So what do you think? 21. I have no clue. He's going to say 32. Peter Parker says 21 feet, 32 feet. Actually, it's 22. 22. That is a very common length. Of course, it can vary a little bit, but that is the average right now. So there you go. But now it can range. It can range. If the vans typically that are used are the extended vans, which have a little bit longer space. But really, you can use any type of van. Some people are using minivans. Now, I don't see myself getting my stuff in a minivan, but some people do. So, yeah, it's really one of the things I think is really cool about van life is all of the different options and things for length and vehicle and so forth. So it's really cool. I've even heard of people who are doing car life and using a Prius. Can you imagine that? Staying in a Prius? But yep, that's their choice and that's what they do. All right, now Peter, you said something a minute ago. Let me see if I can do this here. Let me see. Pop out dashboard. If I can figure this out, I have. Okay, I can't figure this out. I thought there was a way I could share the screen, but I don't see that. Okay, you all. Sorry about that. I will post a photo later of that tire problem that I had, just so you can see what we had going on. But I'll get that. I'll post that over in the community tab, Peter, so you can see it. It's a little bit crazy. So anyhow, going on to the next one. What is the name of a popular online social media platform where van lifers share their stories and experiences? I was a little surprised at this one because I expected that it might be YouTube. I was wrong. So let me see here. I'm going to do multiple choice. I'm going to do A, Twitter, B, Instagram, or C, TikTok for the popular online social media platform where van lifers share their stories and experiences. I'm going to post that right here. And let's see. Here we go. So I'm going to make this one multiple choice. And it's either going to be Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. I'm going to post those options here. Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. Women's Station Channel is saying Instagram. Is that what we got? Are we ready? Give it just a couple of seconds here for lag time. Okay, and the answer actually is Instagram. I got to tell you, I was really surprised. I did not expect it to be Instagram. I thought for sure it was going to be right here on YouTube, but no. So I guess that kind of shows that I'm a little behind the times on that. Or maybe I just really like Instagram. I'm sorry. YouTube. Wrong term. I forget where I am. My hyper focus is not engaged tonight, you know? So anyway. Okay. Now moving right along to number 4 on the trivia. There are different types of van conversions. Oh, Peter's got to run. Thank you for coming in. I hope you have a great night, Peter. Take care. Okay, so there are several different types of van conversions. Give me, instead of naming all three primary types, give me one of the primary types of van conversions. Just one of the three. That's all I want. And I did kind of change that on the fly. I'm going to say, what is one of the three primary types of van conversions? I'm going to type this into the chat box. There we go. Okay. Studio? No. All right. I'm going to go ahead and type in the answer. Y'all ready? I'm going to give you all three. And that is the three primary types of van conversions are A, camper van, adventure vans, or stealth vans. So those are the three primary types of van conversions. Camper vans go pretty much everywhere and anywhere. They can be found on BLM lands, parking lots, campgrounds, you name it. Adventure vans are more set up for off-roading. So you may see an adventure van in the desert or on a beach or out in the wild, because they really are completely geared for adventure travel. So they may have heavier duty tires. They may have an exhaust system that is designed slightly differently so that higher water levels won't ruin the engine of the van and things like that. And stealth vans are popular for people who, okay, what is a stealth van? A Women's Station channel is asking. Stealth vans are very popular among people who want to go stealth. So maybe they're trying to park on city streets or residential areas, and they don't want anybody to know that anybody is sleeping or using the van for camping at all. That's what they call a stealth van. So the windows may be covered in black instead of reflectix. You're not going to see any kind of air vent or fan on the van. Certainly not an air conditioner in the back door like I have, because I love my AC. Nothing that indicates that anybody is sleeping in there. So what you might see is, you might see an actual roof rack on the van with a ladder on the roof rack just to complete the look, so it looks like it fits in, especially if they're going for, city streets, or if they think they're going to be parking it routinely next to other work vans. That's what they're emulating. And so the reason they do that is to avoid, or try to avoid, the dreaded 3 a.m. knock where the officers come and they want to know what you're doing, and nobody wants to be in that position. So the stealth vans are set up to just kind of blend right in and be stealthy, if that helps. So let me know if I muddied the waters, Women's Station channel. Okay. But that's what it is. Okay. And you guys are going to nail this one. I know you're going to, this next question, number 5, because I have talked about it and done videos on it. You're welcome. Glad I could answer it. Okay. Next question, number 5. What is a popular dry dock parking destination for van lifers? What is a popular dry dock destination? Now, dry dock means that you're not hooked up. Excuse me, I almost sneezed on you. Sorry about that. That means that you are not hooked up to any kind of electricity, no water, anything like that. You're in a parking lot. All right, Women's Station Channel got it. I will accept Cracker Barrel. I will. There you go. All right, Women's Station Channel. Yeah, Walmart is a hugely popular dry docking location, and so is Cracker Barrel. And both of these, there's a lot of reasons for this. Number one is it's free. Number two is these are safe locations that are pretty reliable. Walmart, you've always got those security cameras, so if something happens, it's going to be on film, which helps prevent things from happening. I've never been bothered at a Walmart or a Cracker Barrel, never had any issues. So, yeah, very, very popular dry dock locations, y'all. So, yeah, she nailed it. Good for you. Which brings us to number 6. And I know that you guys are going to nail it. This is a popular solar power system used in van conversions is called what? And there's a bunch of answers that you can go for this. There's a bunch of answers. A Jackery. That's one type that's it's not really what I'm looking for, but yes, Jackery can be a solar. You don't have to always use solar with a Jackery, but you can to charge it. But generally, it's called either a solar panel array or just a solar setup. Okay, and that means you've got your solar panels hooked up to your batteries, and you're good to go on that. Typically, it's a much more extensive setup than setting up with a Jackery. With a Jackery, you're just going to take the panel, you're going to hook up to the Jackery, and everything's already there. With a solar panel array or a solar setup, you've got a lot more going on. You've got the panels that you've wired to, you've got the batteries that you've wired to. There is an inverter, there's a solar charge controller, and it's expandable. Where with the Jackery, you get what you get. You can't really expand it. But now the Jackery also has the advantage, even though it's lower watt, you can also, it's my understanding, charge that Jackery from an electrical outlet. So if your solar isn't working or you don't have solar, then the electric outlet is another good way to charge a Jackery. You don't usually have that going on a solar system or a solar array because you're getting it straight from the sun and you're not really hooked up or set up normally to charge from shore power. So, yeah. Good question, though. Good question. All right, now, some people use propane in their van conversions. And propane can do a lot of things. But what appliances are commonly powered by propane in a van conversion? Which appliances? And you can think winter and you can think cooking. So I'm not going to give that away yet. So what appliances would you power by propane? Stove and refrigerator. Yes, ma'am, you have nailed it. Women's Station Channel is just rocking it, you all. Yay, good for you. So the appliances usually powered by propane in a van conversion are the stove and the refrigerator. And a lot of people may be surprised. I know the first time I heard that you could power a refrigerator from propane, you could have knocked me over with a feather. Also, air conditioners can be powered by propane. You've also got your heater, you've also got your water heater. So several different things there. Van life sort of builds on what we have in our homes, our houses, our sticks and bricks, if you will. But it actually also reapplies that in different ways. And so for propane to power a stove, yeah, we've got that. Powering an oven, yeah, we've got that. Powering an air conditioner, yeah, that was my first experience. So certainly water heater, we've got that. Hey, Stellar Piper, welcome tonight. Welcome, welcome. And y'all, some of these, the propane, the heaters, and even some of the water heaters, you don't have to have a large propane tank for that. You can use those green canisters. Also, some of the burners for cooking can use those green canisters also. So you don't have to have a whole big grill gas system, which is very convenient because in a van, as you all can imagine, everything is packed together and really, really condensed. So, yeah. Stellar, you've been in a van, Women's Station Channel, you've done the camping thing off the grid, and that's what van life is all about. So, yeah. Peter Parker's back. So, hi, Peter, and welcome. Welcome back. So, okay. Okay, that was question number 8. Question number 9. This is just some general discussion. And because we've got some people that have lived like the off-grid lifestyle, we can dive into off-grid. So just general discussion here. No right or wrong on this one. There you go. Okay, Women's Station Channel said she had a propane stove for her son's ravioli. So super cool there. Propane is amazing. If I didn't have solar on my van, I would use propane a lot more. Because as it is, y'all know I have that mini griddle. So, okay, let's just talk a minute, just some general discussion about what are some common challenges that are faced by van lifers. Because we often talk about a lot of the fun and the experiences that we have and being able to drive away, you know, if there's danger, whether people or bears or storms or whatever. But what are some of the other challenges that are faced by van lifers? I think it's important to discuss that because not everything is rainbows and roses, you know? So I don't want to give that false impression. So, okay. Absolutely. She has hit it. Women's Station Channel says no place to poop in thunderstorms. Stellar says storage space. Peter, I'm not sure what you got coming up there. I may have to put on glasses that are different or something for this because I can't see it. Hang on. I don't know why I can't see your emojis there. Okay, that's cute. Those are cute emojis. I bet you guys can see that much faster and much better than I can there. So, yeah, cute emojis. Thank you. So definitely no place to poop. Now, that can be helped by having a camping toilet. There's also a specific name for that. I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. It's actually one of our questions. Thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are a huge deal. The last place, okay, that you want to be during tornadic weather is in a van. My opinion, my thoughts. Because you never know what's going to happen when it's tornadic and you want to be inside a building. So for me, if I am going to be anywhere out in a van and it's storming, I'm going to be hunting a rest area or some kind of storm shelter. For example, last time I went to Alaska, there was a huge storm and it covered the ground. The hail, it looked like it had snowed. There was so much of the hail there. Well, I was being blown all around the road, and I didn't think about the trailer. I was worried about staying on the road. I was worried about whether or not my solar was going to hold up. And I was worried about whether I was going to break the windshield because some of the hail was getting really big. What I didn't ever think of is as I was driving down the road and the wind was battering me on the side, my trailer door was really catching that wind. And in downtown Calgary, I found out that the hasp had pulled out of the side of the trailer. Now it's still locked, had my little lock hanging on it. It just wasn't attached to the trailer anymore. So, yeah, next time I have weather like that, I'm parking it. And I did run across weather that was similar to that on that trip. And the first thing I did was find a rest area. But my solar panels held, I will say that. Women's Fashion Channel says ice blocks melting too fast. Definitely. Because if you've got ice and you're trying to keep your food cold with it, it melts super fast. You're going to go through that really fast. Also, if you've done a DIY air conditioner, that ice is melting super fast too. So you may not have your air conditioning more than a few hours, possibly overnight. Stellar Piper says showering is a challenge. Yes, absolutely. Showering is a challenge. There are some appliances that can help with that, such as a handheld shower that's, battery operated, rechargeable battery there. That helps, but definitely. Hey, Dr. Dan 3 is here. Hey, good to see you. He's saying appliances. So that's definitely a challenge. All your appliances, you've got different things going on. You've got them, you either want them to run off of a USB cord if you have appliances, or you're going to have something that is very small and has a low energy draw if you're using a solar system. Definitely. Finding a safe place to park at night is a huge challenge, especially if you are trying to stay in the same town or a set area. Then you may have a more difficult time finding a secure place to park each night because you don't want to wear out your welcome by using the same spot over and over. The other things are, you've got to manage your power consumption. You've got to manage your water resources. And just the whole idea that you can have a balanced lifestyle while you're constantly on the move can be really challenging. And if you're doing van life full time, another major obstacle that you have is earning an income. And there's lots of different ways that you can earn an income online, even if you're not just online, but there's lots of different ways that you can earn an income if you're full time. But it can be challenging. So, okay, Women's Station Channel says she had to go from her tent to her car. That was probably a pretty good move, especially if you want something that's a little sturdier than a tent. Tents can be a little nerve-wracking, especially if you're in an area, for example, that's got bears. You may not feel as comfortable in a tent. Also, for me, I like the idea that I can just start that engine and drive away if there's something going on that I don't like. Okay, and Spider-Man the Hero is saying cookies, burgers, and popcorn. Okay, I hope you got that set up for the live stream. Christmas in July next month. Yay. Okay, Peter loves Christmas, and we've already talked about the fact that it's coming up in just a few months. And now, next month in July. So, good reminders, Peter. Okay, and Dr. Dan 3 says, love the song, It Is Well With My Soul. My favorite hymn. There is so much truth in that song. There is. And, it's nice when you're doing van life just to have some nice, calm, relaxing music, especially like if it's at night and you're by yourself in the van and you just want to relax and veg, it's just really nice to have that. So that would be a good song for a playlist there, just to relax to. Because part of what you want to do, if you're in a van doing van life, is you're kind of doing it to get away from things. And you've got those times where you just want to relax. And that would be a great hymn for that. So, okay, so those are some of the common challenges. And I'm really glad that several of you here have the experience that you can, pull into this, because I just don't think that we talk about the challenges that much. And it's really important because life is not perfect. And there's no need to act or pretend like it is. And van life is no different. It's got its ups and downs and its challenges. And I bet that you all also get tired sometimes of seeing all of the beautiful posts about van life, whether it's Instagram or you're seeing a beautiful video about van life. It's like, logically, we know, like in our heads, we know that it's not always like that all the time. But because that's what we see, that's the image that sticks in our mind. So I'm really, really glad that we've had a few minutes to discuss the challenges. Now, back to trivia. And that brings us to number 10, right? Is that what we are? Number 10. You guys are going to nail this one. What is the term used to describe the process of converting a van into a livable space? There is 2 answers that I'll accept. And let me go ahead and type this in here. So y'all have the question. Okay. Makeover. That is one. That's not one of the answers that I had, but that certainly fits. Makeover. Absolutely fits. But there's a couple of terms that you'll see pretty often on YouTube, Instagram, anytime we're talking about stressful. What? Building your home in a tin can is going to be stressful? Nah. Yes, it is, but that is not what I was looking at. Here we go, Women's Station channel. She's on it. Conversion. Yes, conversion. The other thing that I would have accepted would be a van build. So you're going to convert your van. You're going to build it out. So those are the terms used to describe the process of converting it to a livable space. And I'll type that in. So if you're in the process of creating a van as your space, your mode of travel, you can type in the search terms van conversion and van build, and you will see thousands of ideas on how to build out yours. And very few of them are wrong. You may get some bad advice on some of them, so you gotta pick and choose. But the right answers are the ones that suit your life the best. So when it comes to a van conversion, nothing is wrong. And the beauty of doing your own van build is if you don't like it, change it. You're not married to it. So change it up, flip it around. We're on like our umpteenth, probably 4th or 5th conversion. And that's okay. Because I kind of view a van conversion or a van camper is almost this living, breathing thing because it changes as you do. It can change as your needs change, your wants change, and as your knowledge changes. Our first one didn't have solar on it. And then I was like, by golly, I'm tired of living off this little tiny battery pack. So, boom. Solar was the next change. And, and there's been bunches of changes ever since then, from the water storage, the bathtub, the shower, you name it. So, yeah. So those are two terms that you would use if you're doing a van build or a van conversion. Now, 3 different types of roofs that are used in van conversions. There are 3 main ones. Tell me one, just one of them. See if y'all can get this. So I'm going for any one of the 3. And if you can't think of it right now, it's okay. But I can just about guarantee that when I tell you the answer, you are going to facepalm. Pop up. Yes, Women's Station channel. She is on top of things. Cargo roof. Mostly it's pop ups. There's not mostly. Of the 3 different types, one of the ones is the pop up roofs. And I'm going to type this in or copy and paste it in. So usually you've got the high tops, the pop-ups, and the fixed roofs. So a fixed roof would be like just the regular top on a van. It's not been changed. It's not been altered. It's just your regular roof. A high top is going to be one that's built up above that, so you can stand up in it. And a pop-up roof is very, very common. That's actually a roof that you pop up and it creates space so you can stand in it. They're kind of heavy, but you do just lift them up and pop them up, and then all of a sudden you can stand up in your van, and then when you leave, you pull it down the next morning. So those are the difference between the high top roof, the pop-up roof, and the fixed roof. So good job, Women's Station channel. So, all right. Are we ready for number 12? Okay. Okay, I hope you're ready for number 12, because ready or not, here it comes, right? Yes and yay. Okay, all right. So, what is the term used to describe the practice of parking overnight for free in public places while living in a van? I'll do that one more time. What is the term used to describe the practice of parking overnight for free in public places while living in a van? There's a couple of answers, so I'll take either one of them. And no, it is not squatting. So what could it be? Shoot, I can't remember is not the answer. Creative. Stellar, do you remember? We've got a couple of other people in here. Do y'all remember? Or do y'all know it? Okay. 10-second count. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I'll give you more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you won't. Yeah, Women's Station channel at the very last second. Squeaked in for the win. Boondock. Boondock. So it's boondocking or dry docking. And that simply means that you are in a parking lot, usually in a parking lot, or someplace where there's no electricity, no water, and you're just there for a night or two. So yeah, boondocking or dry docking. And you can do it, like if you're on BLM land, you can do it for like 7 days, 14 days, that kind of thing. But it's the idea that you are someplace without hiccups and, parking lot overnight, certainly. So there you go. Okay. Y'all are doing good. You're rocking these. All right. We're ready for 13 here. This is a really easy one. Okay, you all. So breathe your sigh of relief there. Stellar Piper, you were right. Sorry about that. But yeah. Okay, but you'll get this next one. It's a really easy one. And that is, do all van lifers live in their van full time? And this can get a little controversial, but we'll see what your answers are. What could it be? No and no. Good job, women. No, van lifers can be either full or part-time. It's just a matter of doing the van life lifestyle. So if you want to do it on the weekends while the kids are out of school and you're on a vacation for, Christmas break or summer vacay, there you go. You don't have to be in it full time, but you certainly can be if you want to be. So yeah, I think sometimes that people get the idea that you have to be full time to be a real van lifer, but that's not the case. It's just the idea that you're in a van going out and you're living life. Of course, on this channel, we're going to call it the hashtag Be Bodacious because it really means you're not going to let life get in the way of living. That's part of what van life is about. So, all right. There are two types of van life destinations that are super popular. And this is question number 14, by the way. Give me one of them. I'm going to type that in, copy and paste it. What are the two types of popular van life destinations? If you see the Instagram video, the Instagram reels, or the photos, or some of the YouTube videos, chances are you're going to see one of two major types. Ocean, that's a popular destination. But the overarching title for the destination, I guess this is a harder one than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Two most popular destinations for van lifers are BLM land and national parks. So that certainly can include oceans. I've been to the ocean, myself on national parks, absolutely freaking love it. But BLM land is more like out west, but you can stay on BLM land for free. National parks, you may have to pay a few dollars here and there, but they're super inexpensive. So those are the two big destinations that you see used in van life. Yeah. Women's Station Channel's agreeing. National parks, definitely. So absolutely. And especially if you have a disability and you get the National Parks Access Pass, camping in that case is half price. Okay, Women's Station Channel has never heard of BLM land. Woo! Let me introduce you to something. It's the Bureau of Land Management. We'll start there. And they have a mission to sustain the health and the diversity of public lands and also the productivity. So you can dry dock with dispersed camping for free on BLM lands. Now I'm going to give you a website. It's a really easy one, which you have. Good. Use that pass. It's like one of the hidden secrets of the National Park Service because you hear national parks passes, but you don't hear about all the different levels, especially the free ones. So glad you have that because the access pass is free and there are some gold star passes and veterans passes and so forth. So yeah, but here is the link. I just dropped it in the chat for blm.gov and it talks about the lands managed by the Bureau of Land Management. these are great places to stay if you want to boondock. Now, there are some campsites, campgrounds with BLM that you do have to pay for, but they're usually not more than a few dollars. And you do get a discount if there is a fee for the Bureau of Land Management. You also get a discount on going into those parks that are run by the Bureau of Land Management. And I've gotten the discounts on camping at BLM lands with my access pass. So yeah, that's definitely something to check out if you're not familiar with it, because it's just one of those jewels of the U.S. So, all right, let me get a drink here. Okay. So let's see. I've got 2 more questions for you. This next one, oh, you all are going to get this. I promise you, you're going to get this. As this is part of what my channel's about. Okay. I'm going to get started. Here we go. What is it called when women travel alone or by ourselves? What's that called? There's a name for it. A lot of us are out there doing this type of travel. A lot of us are in the vans, but sometimes we're not. And this term, you don't have to only be in a van for it. So what's that term? What's that term? Yes! Stellar Piper got it. There you go. For the win, Stellar Piper got that one. And so did Women's Station Channel. So there you go. You ladies are tied there on that question because it came through right at about the exact same millisecond there. Solo female travel. And it's anytime we're traveling alone, that's what it's called. Solo female travel. Lots and lots and lots of videos. Instagram stories are on that. It just can be a wonderful way to travel, my opinion. Okay, so this all brings us down to our very last question of the night. Very last question. And this goes with something that was asked earlier. Solo female, sorry, Women's Station Channel is saying, yay, so good for you. Okay. This goes to a question that was asked earlier that I said we were going to come back to. And this is, what is a digital nomad? Let's see if y'all can get this. I bet you can. What is a digital nomad? Y'all are going to get this. I know y'all are going to get this. And now you're not supposed to go to Google and look this up, by the way. Going once? Going twice? Ooh, Stellar Piper gave us the right answer, phrased as only Stellar Piper can say it. Somebody who harnesses the power of technology to work from wherever they are. Digital nomads have jobs or careers that allow them to work remotely. So pat yourself on the back for that. So there you go. So some of the jobs that digital nomads may have, Women's Station Channel says full. Okay. There we go. Yep, typically full-time, but it can be part-time. And it's any job that they have that allows them to work remotely. So, for example, they may do freelance work, Fiverr, Upworks, those kinds of jobs. They may do that. They may be a virtual assistant. They may have an online business. A lot of YouTubers will go and sell products on eBay that they have found in like thrift shops or charity shops that they're always scouring as they go on the road. So they may have those and then, put those items up on a store. Or they may have other remote employment, or they may do consulting. They may be a travel nurse, travel photographer. They may be a travel videographer. And those are some of the things that people do. So, yeah, it's just the idea. I think one of the really cool things about the internet now is that it's opened up all these opportunities, and you no longer have to be in one place, in a brick and mortar place, to make your living. And that has given rise to this whole new population who are digital nomads. So, yeah, good job, you all. Good job. So, all right. So this post is going live in a few minutes, and I'm going to give you the link here in the chat box for the post that has the trivia questions that we used tonight. So if you all want to see some more questions and check answers, there you go. All right. So thank you guys and gals for coming in tonight. I hope that you have had a great time. I certainly have. It was a lot of fun to put this together. It was a lot of fun to have you all here. So I deeply appreciate you all stopping in. And anytime you have questions about van life or travel or anything like that, let me know. I'll be glad to answer those, or at least, like I said earlier, muddy the waters up just a little bit. So there we are. Whoops. Try not to cough tonight. So, all right. Do y'all have anything on your minds that you want to bring up before we sign off tonight? Because I usually try to keep this to about an hour, and that's where we are. All right. So I take it we are A-okay. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you on a couple of videos this week. And of course, Saturday on the live streams at 7 p.m. on Saturdays. That's Eastern time right here on this channel. So thank you all again. Remember, we are all about the hashtag Be Bodacious, which means you're not going to let life get in the way of living. Thanks for watching. See you Saturday. Good night.